This is Jabin with Proscapes. Thanks for tuning in. Out here with Bob, the architect of this pond. How's it going, Bob?
We lost a couple days last week. Kevin's on a different job site, so I am trying to wrap this up with Lance before the rain comes tomorrow. So we got everything done now to the edging. All the waterfalls are in, second waterfall's in, everything in the skimmer is connected, and we're flowing. So it's supposed to rain by noon tomorrow. So all we got left to do is soil work.
And I just cost a little bit of time. We shot this whole thing about 5 minutes ago. Ran out of storage, so trying to remember what we covered. The sound is beautiful out here.
Just the top is, since it's crashing on a rock and it's more rock to rock on both falls, the spillway isn't on quite as fast because that's not a filter, so most of the water is running through the biofall. We put the rock underneath that, so that creates more white noise. So I'm sure when you were shooting up there, you could tell the difference. That's like a white noise, and this is like a babbling brook because it's kind of falling straight into the water. It also makes a difference on the edge. So like you see that little one on the left side, how far it's shooting off it. Because that's greater than a 90-degree edge, you know, so the rock stops and then it shapes backwards after that. Yeah. So the water gets thrown off and then crashes on the next boulder. And aqua blue granite is super dense, but also much more angular. So that makes it kind of fall in more of a harsh sheet, where like this, you know, even that's still aqua blue, but it's kind of more rounded and they're shorter falls. Yeah. But all the rest of these are all Wisconsin granite, which has like rounded edges. So the water kind of holds onto that rounded edge and then just rolls into the water instead of crashing like the top does.
Yeah, you can tell the edges are a lot more pronounced, especially on the top waterfall rock there.
Yeah, that one on the right side, you can actually see on limestone, the dynamite cores that are drilled are spaced pretty far apart because it's such a soft stone. If you look on the side of that upper stone, you can see the drill lines, and they're like 10 inches apart.
Yeah, I forgot they just blast these babies right out of the wall. It's pretty awesome.
And that stone is so dense that the blast has to be pretty close together compared to limestone.
You can hear it even from here, the separation between the two.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, eventually there may be some seating area up here where this grass circle is. So, which would be kind of cool because from the deck or, you know, underneath the deck under, because they can be out there in bad weather, you get a totally different sound. From the house too, from if you're in the home office, it's going to be a babbling brook. If you're from the kitchen, which is further away on the top, that's going to be more white noise.
Yeah, so it's a very nice aesthetic back here.
They just got the deck redone. Yeah. And that kind of motivated them because then they were sitting out here and we've been trying to find leaks in this thing forever. It was existing when they bought the house. So they liked it, but it just wasn't functional. And none of the water, like I said before, none of the waterfalls faced the right direction. It leaked like crazy. So they weren't able to put fish in it. They wanted fish, but they were constantly having to fill it. So
yeah, hopefully they let me come back when they got the fish in here. I'd love to get a video of that.
Before, the pond was so small and the stream, we made the stream wider, but that was just to put bigger boulders in it. So volume-wise, it's about the same. Now, the surface area is so much bigger at the bottom that when we shut it off, all of this motion water that comes down is only going up about 1.75 inches on the skimmer faceplate. So, because you can't have that much water up above you or it would just overflow the bottom when you shut it off. But now they only fluctuate. Before, it would, if they turned it off, it would overflow at the bottom, and then when they turn it back on, the skimmer would suck dry before the water would actually start falling back in. So just to turn it back.
Every time
they'd have to add water every time they wanted to turn it on.
I'm sure they're very happy that they don't got to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, they haven't come out much. They're super busy, but she comes home at lunch sometimes and just thumbs up from the windows.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. Tomorrow we just got soil work and that's it, and we're out of here. Kevin's on another patio that's all handwork, so he probably doesn't like me today. They got to dump over a boulder wall and then wheelbarrow and haul all the stuff. Were you over there?
That was the first place I went today. They were having fun out there. There's like 9 tons of clear stone or gravel.
Yep, so he's probably not happy with me.
One random note I have about something you mentioned last time is that anytime you get the new pond going, you got to wait a couple weeks to put any fish in because it's got to return to its natural balance first.
Well, we use a lot of the same stone, so that's like seeding a biofalls with existing because it already was a pond. So it's not all brand new stone. So all the stone that we already have in it does have bacteria on it. So, and then we kept some of the lava rock. So at the bottom of those other biofalls, there was lava rock. and then they just dump washed stone all over the top of it. That's not recommended. But lava rock actually doesn't work very well either. It basically becomes completely clogged, and then it doesn't, because the reason they use it initially is that it has surface area because of all the pores and spaces and stuff, and it's relatively light, but it clogs really quickly, and then it just flows around it because the bacteria can't, there's not a lot of surface area. Anyways, we took some of the lava rock and put it into this biofall. So that's one of the ways you rather than just relying on the auto doser to balance out, you're already having some of the bacteria that's been in this backyard already in the pre-existing pond. So here they wouldn't necessarily have to wait that long. We always do. I mean, we put the chlorinator in. Technically, you could put fish in right after that. I always want to know there's no leaks. We don't put in autofills or anything initially either, because that's kind of how you hide a leak, because it's just going to keep filling. We never put an autofill in for 2 weeks, and then usually they're going to stock the fish themselves. But normally, if we did it, they can either order from Next Day Koi through us, and then it'll just get shipped right to their house, the fish will, and then they can put them in. And then we just give them our discount code for ordering. But otherwise, we'll put them back in when we put an autofill in, which is usually 2 weeks later. We want to be able to come back in 2 weeks and know that any of the water loss was only from evaporation.
I was wondering also about the lights, because I noticed a couple of them, they're real hidden. You don't really want to see the light itself during the day. Yeah. Then I noticed we got another one. I think it was this one. That waterfall.
So those 3 are FX lights. The Aquascapes lights are in the pond, all those spotlights, but it's all running off an FX transformer. So in this case, they went with a kit to kind of, because you get a discount on kits, so they saved a little bit of money that way. Eventually, we'll replace those. Aquascapes lights are decent, but FX lights are a whole other ballgame.
It's next level.
Yeah, I mean, it's professional lighting, and Aquascapes is a professional pond company that also makes lights. They're owned by Hunter Industries, FX Luminaire. Hunter Industries is the irrigation company, so they've been around quite a while. Anyhow, their puck lights are both under the 2 waterfalls. Those are both dimmable.
Yeah, I'd love to see how it shows out at night.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to dial them up and down. So usually once you get them dialed in, you don't really adjust them too much. But in their system, you assign lights to groups and groups to themes. So I could have a theme that's, relaxing or something, it'd just be called relax, and the lights might be dimmer. I could have a theme that's called party, and they're all on 100%.
So is that all from your phone that it's being
it's all on an app. But yeah, so one more, half a day. We got to get out of here by noon tomorrow before all the rain starts.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, please.